Hello, 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 hello. How's it going, people? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hope everyone has had a fantastic day. It is Monday, the 4th of August. New week has begun. August is in full swing. Premier League kicks off in less than 2 weeks. Literally less than 2 weeks. And of course, Arsenal have done nothing. Arsenal literally have done nothing so far. Since announcing Gyökeres, Arsenal have been sitting tight on their hands. However, is there a change in the winds? Let's just put it that way, because there are some rumors suggesting that Arsenal might bid for Eze soon. Then there are some rumors that Arsenal are linked with Lookman, actually, to be a replacement instead of Eze if we cannot get him, which kind of proves that what it feels that Arsenal are looking for left wing, and that could be Lookman. If push comes to shove, I think it looks that way. And Eze could be down the middle, but I don't think we're going to sign both. So that is a bit of an issue. And especially if you're looking at Lookman, and if we play him on the left, it kind of, I don't know how to even say this. It kind of makes it believable that Eze also was envisioned as a left winger. But obviously, for me personally, Eze is better through the middle. Obviously, that's a bit different story. But yeah, and on top of that, Madueke apparently has cut his vacation short so he can rejoin with the squad in England. And he apparently could be ready to play some games also in preseason. We have 2 games left in preseason. We play tomorrow against Villarreal. And of course, during weekend, we play against Athletic Bilbao. That would be the second game. So we'll see how that goes, how that develops, of course. But yeah, there is some stuff to talk about regarding Arsenal. And potentially, you will not believe this, but Fabio Vieira has been linked with a move away. So there is a chance that he actually might be leaving. So that is a big, big thing. There could be a chance that Arsenal actually sell someone in this window, because so far we are already in August and we have sold no one. We literally haven't sold anyone, to the matter of fact, which is a massive worry, to say the least. And I think if you are an Arsenal fan, if you want some more signings, you definitely would wish for Arsenal to sell someone, because it looks like we are in this business where we need to sell to buy, which is definitely not a good thing. It's not a good look for Arsenal, given that we have spent what it feels like only 200 million. Let's be real, nearly. At the same time, it's the average amount, let's be real, what Arsenal have spent and Mikel Arteta has spent over the windows, over the time he's been here, 5 years, nearly 1 billion, 200 on average, let's be real. But yeah, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get down to business. Leave your thoughts in the live chat as well. Big up, Mabaz, big up, hope you're doing well. I'm off to bed, I have to catch it later. Have a great stream. Big up to you, big up for the like, big up for commenting, big up for that, and big up for that you're going to watch it on a playback. Big up to you, my man. Big up. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. But yeah, we're going to kick things off with one of the Arsenal's most controversial signings in recent times, if not the most controversial signing in recent times, which is Noni Madueke. Noni, are you okay? Noni, are you okay? Noni, are you okay? Are you okay, Noni? And all this stuff. We're going to talk about Noni Madueke because, according to Simon Collins and some other reports, allegedly, Madueke has cut short his holiday, his vacation, to return to training with Arsenal. Big week in the club's preseason preparations, because this is the final week, you could argue. This is the last chance we can get some games in. There's the last chance we can test some players we haven't tested, i.e. Gyökeres, i.e. Madueke, and obviously that, and Mosquera potentially, right? But yeah, with 2 friendlies at Emirates Stadium, Madueke is eager to hit the ground running. Those are the latest reports suggesting that Arsenal actually will be getting a winger. Now, the big thing is, as much as I respect the commitment, I respect him cutting the vacation short and all this stuff, where is he going to play? That, for me, is still the biggest question mark, because the way I envision this, 52 million for a backup, Arteta is never doing that. Arteta hasn't done that. And Arsenal overall doesn't do that. When they buy a player 40, 45, and even higher million, 9 times out of 10, let's be real, he's a starter. And it feels like Madueke will be in the same bracket. Then it kind of starts to feel like Madueke might be starting on that left wing. Then again, Madueke is left-footed, if I'm not mistaken. So we all know that Arteta doesn't like a left-footed player on the left and the right-footed player on the right, because he wants the player to have the ability to cut in and do all that stuff. So that is the weird situation surrounding Noni Madueke. What will Arteta do? What will Arsenal do in general? But yeah, Noni Madueke, the most controversial signing, I think, in Arsenal, I would say for the longest time, to say the least. So that definitely could be a bit of an issue in those terms. But yeah, at the moment as well, Athletic Bilbao are playing against Liverpool in a club friendly. We'll see how they fare against them. That also I'm going to keep an extra eye on, just to see what we are facing. But yeah, at the moment, it looks like Noni Madueke is apparently cutting his vacation short just so he can be with Arsenal's main team and already be prepared for the training, for the preseason games, because let's be real, we only have just two of those left. Villarreal tomorrow, and over the weekend we play against Bilbao Athletic. Moving on to this. Yeah, big up George, let's talk about Eze. And here it is, according to football.london, that is Tom Canton and all them, man. Arsenal are considering entering the race for Ademola Lookman as a cheaper alternative to Eberechi Eze, which is a bit of annoyance. I'm not gonna lie. If I'm watching this from outside, for me personally, and you all know this, if you have been watching me for some time, that I want Arsenal. I still think we need to sign 3 players. We need a number 10, we need a left wing, and we need a left back, right? And in somewhat scenario, I would expect Arsenal to sign Eze and Ademola Lookman, one for left wing, one for number 10 spot. Then again, when I come to look at this, it looks like Lookman is the alternative to Eze, which again, then at the end of the day means that, well, let's be real, we are signing one of them, which is a straight up kick in the teeth for me personally as an Arsenal fan. Because if we were a serious club and we really wanted to address these situations, we would sign both. Without shadow of a doubt, we would just go and sign both. The other thing about this is, though, the other thing that makes me a bit confused is the fact that where does Noni Madueke fit in this? Like seriously, because if we are signing Ademola Lookman as the alternative, right, to Eze, Lookman is a left wing, right wing. He is not a number 10, which means that Eze also most likely has been envisioned in Arteta's eyes, most likely, as a left wing. Which now means that if I kind of believe that Madueke is starting on that left wing spot, right? Where does that leave Lookman? Where does that leave Eze to some extent? Which is now the big conundrum I cannot figure out to save my life. I'm not gonna lie. It is a bit of a worry. It's a bit of a confusion in those terms. But I still remain adamant that if Arsenal were a serious club, we would sign both. Unfortunately, Arsenal somehow managed to waste the funds in such a way that they need to sell to buy once again. And we need to sell some goddamn players to even sign one of them, which is a massive farce, if you ask me. Genuinely, it's a massive farce. Because if we were serious, we would sign Lookman for left wing, Eberechi Eze for the 10. But now it looks like we are just eyeing, being linked with, are interested, are in the race, and all those buzzwords, you know the drill, for Lookman as an alternative to Eberechi Eze. And since we are signing most likely, for example, them for left wing, it looks like Eze also was envisioned as a left wing, which is quite annoying, to say the least, in my opinion at least. Big up yous, hope you're doing well today, my guy. Big up. Hope you had a great day today. Great stream as always, my man, today as well. Big up to you, my guy. Big up. Go subscribe to views as well. But yeah, I would take Lookman at Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, his previous stints at Arsenal, at Fulham, at where was he else? Fulham, Leicester, and Everton hasn't been nothing to be too excited about. Let's just put it that way. They definitely have not been anything to be too excited about. But since he's moved to Serie A, he's kind of has managed to find his footing. He has established himself. He scored a hat-trick in Europa League final, beating basically the invincible Bayer Leverkusen that season under Xabi Alonso and everything, that did a double in Deutsche Pokal, and they won also Bundesliga invincible. It looks like maybe Ademola Lookman has maybe turned the corner and actually has made himself a footballer. It looks like he actually could hang with the big boys. Now, obviously, that would be the biggest question mark regarding him coming back to Premier League, because four times the charm, as it's like technically it's the third times the charm, but it looks like it could be the fourth times the charm. Like, seriously. So if we sign one of them, I actually don't know. Personally, I would prefer Eze, but that also comes only under one condition, that Eze plays the 10. That would be for me. Now, if we sign Lookman, I envision him being a left wing without shadow of a doubt. But then again, that now raises for me the biggest question: why the hell we signed Madueke for 52? Just for a backup? Arsenal don't operate like that. They don't sign 50 plus million players just to be backups. We are not that club. No matter how much we want to be compared to City, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and all these lot, we are not that club. Let's be real. And signing 52 million for Madueke really raises some big questions right now for me. How that money is spent and how that has gone, because also we got told that signing Madueke was a completely separate deal and will not affect Eze's signing. Yet now we see that we are penny pinching and we cannot even sign Eze. We need to sell to buy. Like, this has been sheer utterly insane, to say the least. I'm not gonna lie. Big up Mabas. I couldn't sleep. I see. What happened to Lookman to Inter? Apparently it's not that advanced. Yes, Inter want Lookman. Apparently Atalanta, from the latest things I have read, at least on socials, is the fact that they want to sell Lookman to someone abroad, outside of Italy, right? Lookman also has handed in transfer requests at at Atalanta, in the way insinuating and basically pushing for a move away from the club. Where is he gonna go? Who he's gonna get sold to? I have no idea. Apparently the value, though, is about 45 million euros in that region, more or less, which is about 42 million, 41 million pounds, which actually is very cheap, if you ask me, to some extent, given the current market. So for me, this is now the big question. For me also, what's throwing me off is the fact that Lookman is viewed as an alternative to Eberechi Eze. Since, again, as I said, since Lookman doesn't play number 10, he plays left wing / right wing. It kind of leads me to believe as well that Arteta and the club has envisioned, if we sign Eze, he also is going to be a left wing. Which now, for me, kind of pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie, because for me, Eze should be playing down the middle as a number 10. Bin Odegaard put him in the 10. But hey, I guess we cannot get it all, right? Do you think Leao could work in the Prem? He could work in the Prem, just depends how good. And I'm not so sure Arsenal would go in for Leao as well. Sorry. Big up Love of Footy. Big up. Apart from the tactics needing change, we need to sell a few, but even if we get Eze, doubt there'll be no one after, but maybe that will be strong enough. I get it. I absolutely get it. There are many Arsenal fans who think that if we sign Eze, that should be the final piece of the jigsaw. Let's just put it that way. For me personally, we need a number 10. We need a left wing, and we need a left back. Because I don't trust Calafiori with his injury record. Let's be real, nobody's buying Zinchenko, so Arteta doesn't trust him. We saw that last season. I don't want to see Zinchenko as a left back as well, only in the midfield, only as an 8 or a 10, nowhere else. Kivior is a backup for, obviously, Gabriel, we all know that, which only leaves Miles Lewis-Skelly, which again, for me, indicates that we need to sign a left back. And we had a perfectly good left back in Kieran Tierney. But Arteta obviously absolutely, let's be real, disrespected him, and well, he went. I think Andrea Berta somewhat is also pissed about the fact that he came into the club, we had a solid left back in Kieran Tierney, and he's just leaving for free. Like, I'm totally convinced about that as well. I'm still pissed we missed on Kvaratskhelia. He was perfect. Yeah, 65 million euros. 65 million euros in January transfer window. Kvaratskhelia was available. And of course, what Arsenal did, well, they did nothing. They, as always, did F all. And the nuts part is, if you can trust these reports, Arsenal had no incentive. They had no reasoning to go in the market in January. They never planned doing that. But as soon as Jesus got injured, as soon as Saka went down, Then they started some rumblings in the transfer market. I strongly believe that if Saka doesn't get injured last season before the January window, we literally would have the most quiet transfer window in Arsenal's history. No links, no signings, nothing, zilch, nada. And to be fair, even with Bukayo Saka's injury, we got 0 signings. So no matter how you look at it, we screwed up in January, we screwed up last summer, and to some extent, we are kind of screwing up right now. Big up at Yeti. Good luck with Sesko. Lookman can play second striker, not Cam. Exactly. If we actually would play double striker formation, let's just say even 4-4-2, and Gyökeres is the top big man, he could kind of drift in and drop down a bit deeper and be the second striker. Lookman could do that 100%, but we don't play that. So unless we kind of actually put him in that 10 specifically, somehow, and envision him and try him there, actually, I don't know what's going to happen. Genuinely don't know what is going to happen. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm seeing a raid from Shane. Big up, Shane, my guy. Big up, big up, big up, big up. I saw you were live doing the all-time 11 and everything. Big up, Shane. Hope you had a great stream and everything. Big up, my guy. Go subscribe to Shane Gunner as well if you haven't already somehow. An absolute legend, spits facts, says it as it is. Big up, my guy. Much, much appreciated. Much, much, much appreciated. Big up to you, my man. Big up, big up, big up. Big up, Chris Welch. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well today. Why not get both? Exactly. That is my point exactly. We are such a cheap club, we don't get both. And ironically enough, they both together would cost about 100 million. Interestingly enough, though. That is the only drawback I can think. But why we are kind of looking and entering the race as the buzzwords fly around, like and all that crap, how we are envisioning Lookman as the alternative to Eberechi Eze still blows my mind. Because if they say that Arsenal envision Lookman as an alternative to Eze, where Lookman plays right wing or left wing predominantly, and left wing also quite a bit, it kind of tells me that Arsenal themselves and Mikel Arteta envisioned Eze as a left wing. And that for me just doesn't compute, because it's very evident that we need them both. If we are looking at them at the moment on the screen, we need them both. One for left wing, one for number 10. Yet Arsenal, well, they do none of that. They literally do none of that. They do the bare minimum to keep the top 4, as long as they can save a bit of a penny, and they just go from there. As long as the TV revenue, commercial deals, everything comes in, Champions League money, Premier League money, they're all happy chappy. They don't care. For me as an Arsenal fan, who hasn't seen Arsenal win a league for 22 years pretty much, I care. I haven't seen us win FA Cup in 5 years, 20 plus years for Premier League, 30 plus years for Carabao Cup, and about Champions League. For God's sakes, the less said than better, let's be real. I care about that. I'm actually scared that I might actually live to 80 years old and never see Arsenal win Champions League, never see Arsenal win Premier League again. Because the way we are moving right now, we were in a very good position year or 2 years ago to go for the title. We were in a fantastic position. 1-2 signings needed, and we're good, pretty much. But right now, we have just signed 6 players in this window. If we sign Lookman or Eze, it's 7. We are in a whole different phase, rebuild whatsoever right now. And whilst we wasted last year's window, signing the Italian zucchini flower and the Spanish whatever, I don't know, even Kim Kallström in Mikel Merino, we have allowed teams like Chelsea, Newcastle, even to some extent Aston Villa to catch us up. And right now, I'm very worried that we might actually struggle to get top 4 unless Newcastle get their act together, right? If Newcastle doesn't get their act together, it's a bit different story. But you have City, you have Liverpool, who have had blinding 2 transfer windows right now. Obviously, for City, it's January and right now summer. For Liverpool, is this summer specifically. And for Chelsea, they have caught us up. Their shotgun approach to basically spend quite a bit of money, right? But they sign the young talents and everything, and they see which one works out. If it doesn't work out, they sell him and everything. It's working. It is working. They have won Club World Cup, well, Conference League. That's it. It is what it is. But it's still they have won in Europe. They beat PSG, the Champions League winners, and they are in the top 4 race once again. I'm actually scared. I'm genuinely am scared. I think I personally, although I like Odegaard also, but he has to improve from last season. To be honest, based from last season, he cannot get much worse. Let's be real. He cannot be much worse than that. He literally has hit rock bottom to some extent. You cannot get much worse. If he gets, oh my goodness gracious. Because Eze can take his place with drive, strength, and pace. Exactly. Eze drives through the middle, ball carries, very good shot, good footballing IQ. He would play with chip on his shoulders as well, let's not forget, because we, as Arsenal Football Club, cut him from our own academy at the time. So he would have extra point to prove to this club that we were wrong to cut him from the academy. Like, there are lots of upsides for Eze to be the main number 10. Maybe that would also, by the way, not just maybe, also relieve the pressure from Saka. Because Odegaard just passes to Saka, lets him do all the job. If partial weight of the attack would weigh also on Eze, it would take pressure off Saka. If we get a proper left wing and we kind of can distribute maybe the workload in attack more equally, it would make us 10 times more dangerous. If we could be more fluid, more threatening, more between the lines, more passing and everything, more movement, more shots, more potential chances for Gyökeres to score as well. Like, there are lots of upsides to signing Eze, but only if we play Eze down the middle, because I don't want to see Eze as a left wing. That for me is a different story. A left wing also would be icing on the cake. Another thing. That for me is big up love of footsie. That for me is the case. I personally believe Arsenal need 3 players still this window: a left wing, number 10, and a left back. I'm not even asking for another 8/6 because I still believe Norgard is not it, and Merino also raises more questions than gives answers to this day. Big up Hammers, big up Tony. Hope you're doing well. Go subscribe to resident West Ham fan. Maybe they're cooking under par. Who knows? We'll see. Big up to you. Big up Shane as well for the raid once again. Big up Shane. Then unexpected. Big up to you. Big up Gavin. Hope you're doing well today. Big up Wahaha. Hope you're doing well today as well, my guy. Vigilante, always nice to see you here. Big up. Go subscribe to Vigilante, to his regular channel and gaming channel. Unfortunately, I cannot put them in the chat as I'm live, but Vigilante has a gaming channel and he has a football channel. Go subscribe to those. And Kama Footballs TV, he himself has a channel. If you click his name and it probably is going to take you there. Big up AFC always. Hope you're doing well today, my man. Shane Gunner, what a legend. Big up Wasul. Big up Wasul. Big up. Get him to 5K so we can pause the pod. Big up, real one. Big up, Jamboy. Big up. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you had a great stream. You had a great time in Shane's stream. Hopefully you stay around as well. And also, I cannot even speak freaking out. As well, people, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you're new and you enjoy the content. Big up GK. Big up goalkeeper. I feel these names are gambles, not finished article types. You think Eze is a gamble or Lookman is a gamble? Because I see Eze as more calculated risk because he's been Premier League proven. Talking about Lookman, he has had already 3 stints at Arsenal. 3 stints at Premier League, at Leicester, Everton, and Fulham, and he hasn't done that great. Obviously, he has basically risen to the task since then, but that again would still be a gamble. Big up, Gavin. Big up. Big up, Hendon Gunner. Hope you're doing well. Big up. Are both needed though? Yes, in my opinion, they are. 1 for left wing, 1 for number 10. I don't trust Odegaard, and our left side has been screwed for I would say 2.5 years at least. And that left side is still screwed up, by the way. It's not figured out how it should be working. Obviously, we replaced Granit Xhaka with Declan Rice, but Declan Rice is playing that 8 role, which is not his role. It's not his natural position. He plays out of position, arguably, in that role. He does the best of his abilities. But you can see when we get to final third, and Declan Rice in that advanced 8, when he transforms, let's just put it that way, into that 10, you can see that he lacks certain skill sets, certain passing abilities, and mobility, even like balance and agility to dribble between defenders. Yes, he's strong. Yes, he can ball carry. Yes, he can tackle. But he definitely lacks ability to create. And that is quite evident as well. Plus, we don't overlap anymore. So that also is kind of moot point. Lookman started as a second striker last season. We could try him as a double striker if we played double striker. Midfield is my biggest worry. I am as well. Because as much as we as Arsenal fans scream that we need to improve our tag because it was neglected for nearly 4 years, 3 years, right? Our midfield is, I would say, as big of an issue as the attack. Because it doesn't matter who you sign for the attack if your midfield cannot provide you with the necessary passes, assists, and every vision and everything for the attack. You can make the best runs in the world as a striker or a left wing or right wing. But if you're number 10, if you're number 8, or even 6 if he is creating, doesn't see you doing that, cannot make the pass when you're doing that, it's irrelevant once again. Like, that is also a big worry. I strongly believe that both issues are as big as the other. We need as many good players as possible. The squad depth is so important. Facts. We need it. So that also raises the question, why the hell we signed Madueke for 52 million? No midfield depth nor finished article quality starters of Mendy. I'm not feeling it. I'm not as well. I'm genuinely not as well. I still believe we are not signing anyone. We are not winning anything next season. Swap Yera for Angelino Stiller in Stuttgart. Didn't Stiller just went to somewhere? Or am I tripping? Or that is the other one? Angelo Stiller, no, he's not. But Stuttgart actually are interested in an Arsenal player, which is ironic enough. As you mentioned this, you say swap Fabio Vieira, you probably have seen the news. But according to Fabrizio Romano, Stuttgart are pursuing a deal to sign Fabio Vieira from Arsenal. 25-year-old attacking midfielder spent last season on loan at Porto. Stuttgart approach relates to permanent move. No agreement yet, but talks with Arsenal continue for Portuguese playmaker. And that also works very nicely because Stuttgart just sold their number 10. Which means they have an open spot specifically for Fabio Vieira to go there and do his best. And if we can get, I don't even know how much we can get for Fabio Vieira, 20 million, 25? Maybe we can squeeze that out. Maybe, since we paid 35 for him, I would be all over that deal, especially since we are in the situation where we need to sell to buy because we need the funds to sign some more players. And I also believe we are at our squad depth maximized, 25 out of 25. So if we wish to sign and register another player, we also need to sell someone. So it kind of coincides very nicely with that. Big up BBK. Nice stream for you today as well, my man. Go subscribe to BBK Sports as well. Resident Arsenal fan, does NBA content and everything. Having some nice panel shows as well. Go show him some love, people. Sorry to say, but I think Eze goes Spurs. If Eze goes Spurs, there might be riots in this fan base, 100%. I don't think Eze will go to Spurs because Eze himself doesn't want to go to Spurs. Yes, Maddison has teared his ACL, so they need a replacement ASAP. I already saw today that apparently Tottenham are linked with a number 10. I just forgot who. Literally forgot who. Where is it? 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 I saw that Spurs apparently are linked with Jack Grealish. Yeah. Spurs are linked with Jack Grealish as the replacement for Maddison, apparently. Whether that's going to happen or not remains to be seen. But they have been very active on that, and they have basically jumped on it since Maddison obviously tore his ACL. Will he sign them? Will they sign them? I don't know. Let's just not throw money at players that doesn't fit the system. How about we change the system to fit the players instead of actually sign players and basically devolve them to fit the system? Why not do this other way around? Because great managers, yes, they have a system in place, but they also change their own system to fit the player by elevating their strengths and hiding their weaknesses. And whilst they do that, they elevate other players' strengths that allow to hide the previous player's weaknesses. That's what elite managers do. And it works in a very good cohesion. Unfortunately, Mikel Arteta, I just don't see that happening. Rinse and repeat season. I have zero optimism. To be honest, I'm not excited as well. It's nuts because I want to watch football. I want to watch Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A, Championship, Eredivisie. I'm going to watch all of those leagues, let's be real. And more even, La Liga 2 even, and all this stuff. I'm going to watch them, right? I have more excitement just to watch football to some extent than actually to watch Arsenal. Because based on what we have seen so far, play-wise and play-style-wise in preseason, especially after that Spurs game, doesn't fill me with hope going into the season. Because it's the same old system, same old tactics, same old style, rinse and repeat, as you're saying, Hendon. So that for me is a massive, massive turnoff. Let's just put it that way. The system is the problem. Exactly. If it doesn't change to suit Gyökeres, he will maybe 15 league goals and look ordinary. Yes, exactly. For me personally, I think Gyökeres, because let's be real, people will call him a flop if he doesn't score 20 goals in Premier League. We already need to prepare for that as an Arsenal fans. And I think for Gyökeres, for this to be a successful season, he needs to score at least 30 goals all competitions and 20 goals in Premier League. Yes, people will say maybe 18 will be decent and acceptable. I totally get that. But he needs to be at that 20-goal mark. It's been too long, for far too long, since we had a striker which basically crossed the 20-goal mark. And that was what? Aubameyang when he won the Golden Boot and year after, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. So that was 6 years ago, 7 years ago. It's been far too long. And let's not forget that this season that just finished, the 24-25 season, was the first season in Arsenal's history in the last 105 years that none of the players in Arsenal's team got double-digit goals. Nobody got 10 goals. Havertz got 9, Martinelli got 8, Saka, I think, got 8, and the rest of them got 7 or less. None of them got 10 goals. None of them. 105 years history-making records for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. That is insane. The Arteta ball horseshoe style is the main problem after Arteta being the manager. And that is the common predominator, isn't it? If we look at Arsenal's issues over the last, let's just say 3-4 years, players change. Only thing that doesn't change is the manager. Yes, we can say Kroenke, we can add it to the equation because they hired him in the first place and refused to sack him, right? At the same time, he is the one that is there and he is making the system, he's making it go ticky-tick, well, or just everything. So he is the common predominator in most of the equations. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, I've sub-like. Big up, Jamboy. Big up. Thank you for your subscription. Thank you. Like and subscribe, people, if you haven't already as well. We don't sell Martinelli or Trossard. We ended signing a left wing. I think we will sign a left wing, but one of the players will just play out of position then. I think. Unless if we sign Eze, he will be a left winger for a bit. If we sign Lookman, he will be a left winger. If we want to sign an out-and-out left winger like Leao, like Barcola, and players like that, right, we will have to sell one. And we're looking at the stats yesterday as well, by the way. We were looking at the stats. Where is it? Because I want to show you this. Trossard and Martinelli. I want to show you this. Trossard and Martinelli. Where is it? Give me a second. Give me uno momento. Trossard and Martinelli, right? Give me a second. I will find you this tweet because we were looking at this yesterday and it was quite damning. Trossard, Martinelli, okay. We need to look at all three of them. Just Martinelli stats. I want to see where is it, because I saw it yesterday and it pisses me off that I cannot find it anymore. Here it is. I found it. I found it. People, don't get too annoyed with me. I found it. Didn't take too long. Here it is. These are the stats for Martinelli and Trossard at Arsenal. These are the stats for all the stats geeks out there. I love a bit of a stat, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't base my full player judgment on it. Let's just put it that way. But for Arsenal, Leandro Trossard averages 0.61 goal involvements as a starter per 90. As a substitute, 0.84, so nearly 1. Well, let's be real. Gabriel Martinelli, on the other hand, manages 0.49 as a starter and 0.56 as a substitute. Per 90, that is. Per 90. So if our Arsenal are such a stats-based team and club that they basically look at the stats like no tomorrow, the proof is right here that Martinelli needs to go. Because somehow a 30-year-old Trossard, it doesn't matter whether he starts or comes off the bench, blows Martinelli, out of the war no matter what in points gained per 90. If that doesn't tell you everything you need to know, I don't know what else will. Big up, Drake. Hope you're doing well. Many have been saying that Berta likes to keep many deals open and not just focus on one target. So do you feel like Lookman is best alternative out there if Eze don't land? It depends. If we are willing to spend the money, because if we're not, I think Lookman would be like 40 to 45 million pound deal. I think it could work. If we are willing to spend 60, like we would sign Eze, right? I would maybe try, at Leao, maybe just try it out. I'm very on the fence about Leao because he's either hit or he's a miss. He has no in-between type of games. Either he's super fantastic during games like we saw before this preseason, or he's utterly garbage. Either he is the best thing since sliced bread or he stinks out the place. There is no in-between. And when he stinks out the place, he tends to be one of the worst players on the pitch as well. Which definitely, if we paid about 60 million, if AC Milan would be willing to sell, even for 60, that is also hypothetical, it would definitely piss off many fans. Let's just put it that way. If Arsenal don't meet the fee with Palace, he would go to Spurs over staying with Palace. It's up to Arsenal to meet the fee asked. I get it. I get your point. That Spurs are also in desperate need to sign a number 10 or / number 8, something in between, since Maddison got the ACL. Spurs are interested in Grealish at the moment. I'm not so sure how that's going to work, but that's a different story. But I'm not so sure about Eze, because he has openly said he wouldn't mind signing for Arsenal. Personal terms is not an issue. If he really is an Arsenal through and through, he wouldn't want to go to Spurs. Obviously, these days, loyalty in footballing world is a big myth. You very rarely see players commit their whole future for one club. We don't see one club mans anymore like we used to. You know, your Totsis, the Rossis, your Gerards, to some extent, Lampards, Xavis, Iniestas, Busquetses, and players like that. You don't see them anymore these days. Players mostly change clubs, what it feels like yearly, or every other year, what it feels like. Very rarely you these days see a player who hasn't played for about 4 or 5 clubs at least. Very rarely. Like, as good that could be, it's also, for me, it's kind of annoying. Let's just put it that way. Real Madrid are being linked with still. I just checked. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Real Madrid, actually, if they want him, they will get him without shadow of a doubt. Real Madrid know what they're doing, unlike some clubs. Grealish is a good signing for Spurs. I think so, too. I think Grealish for Spurs could actually be a very good signing. Given how Thomas Frank plays football, I think he could be a bit rejuvenated. He actually could be coached out of Pep's anti-football to some extent, playing this robotic style of football. He could actually, maybe we could see some glimpses of the old school Aston Villa type of Grealish days. And if we could, that would be phenomenal, because still for me personally, despite the fact that he has won everything you can win at Man City, the best type of Grealish I have seen on the pitch was the time when he was at Aston Villa. Absolutely annihilating everyone he comes up against. I don't see us getting more than 15 million for Vieira. we actually could. That is the nuts part. I think we could. With like, if we had Edu at the wheel, I would say it would be 10, 15 million. I have more trust, even though I haven't seen him sell anyone as of yet, but I have more trust in Andrea Berta to actually hold his ground, because he has a backbone and he has some priorities actually straight, that he could actually sell some players for proper money. I actually have more trust, per se, in Berta than I have in Edu. Obviously, people say trust is earned. So we will see. We will see. Big up Paul Walker. Hope you're doing well. How about changing the manager? Someone who will get the best out of every player, taxes that suit the team. That would be the ideal scenario, wouldn't it? That would be the ideal summer as well. Because you could argue that 30 million to sack Arteta and get a new manager, let's just say give him 10 million a year or 11 million a year, right? That is about 40, 45 million in between those, in between that range. Let's just put it that way. Much rather I see that happening than not signing Madueke, as ironic that may sound, by the way, because that Madueke money could have gone instantly to a different manager. There were options. Plus, we could buy out a contract from other clubs. Teams do that. That's how United got Amorim. Looks like a bit of a sham at the moment, but he actually could get things rolling. And if he does, that could be a scary situation. Xavi is available. Mancini is available. Well, could be available. Let's just put it that way, if we pay the right money. Definitely, we could pay some proper money for some players. Big up, Marlon. Hope you're doing well today. Same here, Latanguna. I watched Liverpool and Athletic Bilbao this evening. Yeah, the game is going on. It's still 1-1. So who scored? Salah scored, dude. You know, I would, if you watch this stream long enough, I would love at Arsenal to see Oyhan sunset. Just like I would have loved Arsenal to sign Baena, right? And he just went to Atletico Madrid for 45 million euros. I would also for Arsenal to love to sign Borja Sunset. Absolutely would. Oyhan Sunset, sorry. I would absolutely love to sign him. Absolutely would love to sign him. But hey, Arsenal don't do some things that make sense, do they? So I guess it is what it is, unfortunately. Borja signs, my left winger, the Norwich one, right? Didn't he just sign for Porto? If I'm not mistaken, Borja Sainz just signed for Porto for what? 15 million, 16 million euros, something like that. Didn't just Norwich just sold him? I think Norwich just sold him for 15, 16 million. Changing the manager is 100% the main thing Arsenal needed to do. But it's not happening, yeah. And you know what will be the nuts part? We have given him all this money. He will go into the season, and if it goes tits up and shit hits the fan around October, November, we sack him. It could be a bit iffy times, let's just put it that way. Big up Paul Walker. Yeah, big up Marlon Shevkola. Yeah. That's the main reason he rushed Havertz back at the end of the season, because he was well aware of, and still to this day nobody questions him on it. Start him in how get away with murder. Yeah, I'm very intrigued how Mikel Arteta is gonna work with Gyökeres, how he's gonna find the best way for Gyökeres. At the same time, I'm also very scared. I'm not gonna lie, because at Arsenal we haven't seen Mikel Arteta coach out and out striker ever. He put Aubameyang on the left wing and made him play left wing back. Half the time Lacazette, where he spent his time, was as number 6. At Man City, also he didn't have too much job with proper out-and-out strikers to some extent. So this could be his first proper striker, which he's working with. And given that he already is learning on the job, although after 6 years almost, in December 19th, it's going to be 6 years, it feels surreal to say about the manager that he's still learning on his job, but he is, because he doesn't know what he's doing sometimes. You can see that when the game doesn't go his way, and camera turns to him on the sidelines, he has deer in headlights look, 100%. Like, it is a worrying sign in some ways, 100%. Hence why he rushed back Havertz, because he knows what Havertz can or cannot do, and he can start Havertz at Old Trafford, but with using the excuse that Gyökeres didn't have a full preseason. And that's about it. At the same time, yesterday on the stream, we talked about the fact that Gyökeres would be ready to start if Premier League kicked off tomorrow. So let's see which one comes to fruition in 13 days. Let's see. Well, 12 days. Let's see. Garbage. Yeah, utter and utter trash. Leo's, he's a floor raiser. Well, it depends how you look at it. If you look as a whole team, you could argue that. If you look just as a left wing, you could also say that, because it's very hard not to find better players. At the same time, it doesn't matter who we sign as long as Mikel is here, because everything relies ultimately on him. Everything is on him. Oh, dude, you don't know Borja? You don't watch Championship, Marlon? You didn't know he played for Norwich? And he's now at Porto? Big up Buzz there. Big up there. Big up. I love the Kappa amount, though. How much do you think we could raise by selling players before the window closes? Well, depends how much we sell. How many we sell. Because for Lokonga, we get 5 million. 10 maybe. Okay, 5. Fabio, 20 to 25. Let's just push our luck and say 25. That's 30. Reece Nelson, about 15, 20. So that's 50. Zinchenko, about 20, 25. That's 75. Who else is there? That's it. We have no assets unless we sell Martinelli for about 40, 50. And that gets the grand total to about 100, 110 million. And we can actually go and try and sign even Rodrigo for some weird goddamn reason. Because Arsenal are not going to do it, let's be real. We actually could do it. The first Liverpool v Bilbao game was 4-1 Liverpool. At the moment, it's 1-1. At the moment, it is 1-1. 1-1. And it's about to be half-time. Vieira should be at least 20 mil. Injury Longa, 8 to 10. Trossard should be at least 15. Nelly, about 40. 50 for Zingy. You think 50 million for Zinchenko? Oh, no, that's probably 40, 50 for Nelly. Never mind. And Zinchenko, yeah, I'm telling you, 100 mil overall. Nothing too exciting. You just brought to my attention he did. Yeah. He just went, unfortunately. If you are a big fan of him, unfortunately, he definitely just went. The fact these two haven't ever put a double digits ever is crazy. Nelly is just finished with Arteta. Trossard's reaching status. And I'm sorry, but they must be sold. That's to some extent, yeah. The nut part is, if we get a different manager, right, who actually loves to attack, let's just put it that way, who loves to attack, Martinelli actually would cook. But would he cook to the levels he did in 22-23 season? We don't know. But in actually attacking style, where he has open gaps, open spaces to run into, half spaces as they call them, right? In between the lines, behind defenders' backs when they play high lines, you have overlaps and everything. None of this inverted crap, but left back actually overlaps and all this stuff. I still believe Martinelli could be cooking, but I think the fact that he's here with Mikel Arteta, his time is gone. They are too predictable, and Trossard misses when we need him to score. Yeah, Trossard is very hit and miss. He's either striking hot, or he's ice cold. One of the two. He is never in between. They played 2 games back-to-back. Oh! So they're playing 2 games back-to-back. So you want to tell me that they just played 1 game and Liverpool won 4-1. So let me ask this question, right? Let me ask, what was the starting 11 in the Norma, Nunez, Padilla? Okay, what was the starting 11 for Padilla, De Luis, Luque, Pardos, Grosabel, Rego, Vesga, Berenga, Gomez, Serrano, Guruzeta, Navarro, Vencedo, Ares, Luis John, Izueta, and Canales? To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, compared to Liverpool's team, like that Athletic Bilbao team is actually kind of nuts weak. It's hella weak. It's like it's somewhere in between their subs and B team. And the team they have put out right now, Simon, Vivian, Arezzo, Bericice, Boiro, Ruiz de la Garata, Yoregiza, Williams, Sanset, Williams, and Sanadi. Yeah, that sounds more as a proper starting 11 for, for Atletico Bilbao. Canales, Danabete, Zetas, Luis Gijon, Navarro, Sanchus, Vencedor as well with Valverde. Yeah. Their second, this game they're playing right now, actually, they have much better squad than they had in the first game. Without shadow of a doubt, much better squad, actually, comparatively. At the same time, it's still 1-1, so we'll see where that takes us. should at least sign a good left wing with that minimum. Easily, man. Because believe we got to start calling Trossard dunks how time flies. Yeah, time is flying by. 3 years and like that. 2 different Liverpool teams and 2 different Bilbao teams. Yeah. Liverpool's and Bilbao teams for the second game are much stronger. Although Liverpool has bigger depth, so the first game, then they had second game weaker team is actually stronger as well. Man United fans trolling with a friendly cup, which is shameless. No, dude. Let it be. Let them be. They have their own problems. Gyökeres will start against United. I hope so. Havertz on the left wing. If that happens, I'm literally gonna be ranting like no tomorrow. After the game, I'm gonna go live at 8 p.m. and I'm gonna be ranting like no tomorrow. If Havertz starts in any position against United, I don't care if he starts at left wing, striker, 8, left back, goalkeeper. I will be ranting. Because what's the point in signing Gyökeres if you still forcefully try to shoehorn Havertz into the team? What's the point? Because if he puts him on the bench, Mikel Arteta pretty much openly admits that he screwed up with Havertz's signing Havertz. And let's be real, Mikel Arteta is such a narcissistic manager that he's never going to admit that. Hence why he's going to try and shoehorn him into the team. Or if he's going to try to take Gyökeres off sooner just to put Havertz on for a longer period of time. Well, sorry, I didn't read your message till the end. Midfield of Odegaard, Zubendi, Rice, back four. It's very predictable, isn't it? See, we are sitting here. You already can tell. You already can tell what the team is and what it's going to be. That's the nuts part. If we are so sharing crap and banter club, why you want our academy players when you win the trophies the past 6 years? But like, to be honest, Chido B. Martin went himself. He said F you Arsenal to some extent because he saw that there's no future for a striker at Arsenal. Aiden Heaven as well. He just saw also at center back he had no future. Unfortunately, that is the biggest thing at the moment. At the same time, I want players who want to fight for the spots, like Max Daumann, Wanyeri, Miles Lewis-Skelly, who come into the team, don't give a crap who's in front of them, whether it's Odegaard, whether it's Saka, Saliba, Gabriel, anyone. They come in here with their attitude, their swag, their belief, how good they are, and they fight tooth and nail to get that spot, fight out, claw out their game time. That's what I want. Big up, Jackie. Hope you're doing well today. Big up, big up, big up. And Liverpool and Man City have owned the Prem for the last decade. Don't forget Chelsea. And don't forget also Leicester City. Last nobody else Prem the past years been Farmers League. Got to speak facts. Yeah, the City, like it's City pool team. Like it's only 2 teams just dominate Premier League at the moment. Cups, it's a different story, but the league mostly, yes. Then no competition and empty make things worse than for us. Yeah, like I cannot even. How when you need a goal, you sub on guy who misses chance after chance in front of open net. That will be the paradox of next season, let's be real. And give the guy who scored the most goals less than 1 minute of a game. That will be the paradox for next season, 100%. Be prepared, people. Be prepared. Only Arteta does this. Yeah, it's mostly only Arteta who does this, ironically enough. Ironically enough, it's only Arteta who does this crap. Unfortunately as well. Unfortunately, it is only Arteta who does these things. Now, let's check what else is happening with Arsenal in the football world. Fabio Vieira on permanent move. Arsenal released a new kit today. Anyone is buying it? Like, serious question. Anyone buying the Arsenal's new kit? The third kit, the white one? Serious talk. Anyone buying this kit? Is anyone getting this kit? Anyone? Anyone? And no other club would make Odegaard their cat. Oh, no chance in hell. Can't shoot outside. Exactly. And then Odegaard did less. Exactly. It's a lovely jersey. To be honest, yeah. Who said this? I think Quaja said that in Views' stream today. It kind of looks like a bit of last year's Bayern Munich kit, a bit, but otherwise, really nice. It's really nice kit. Third kit is hella nice. I'm not gonna lie, this might be a very contradicting opinion. Not contradicting, very unpopular opinion. Sorry. The Arsenal have released 3 kits, right? The home, the away, and the third kit, right? The kit I like the least of all 3 kits is the home kit. I kid you not. That's the kit I like the least. For me personally, it is the away kit, home away kit, third kit, and home kit isn't in the third spot. I don't know. I just cannot get on amends with the home kit. I don't like that home kit. Like seriously. For me, the thing with the second kit is the fact that it looks very ugly on the picture. On the pitch or when you're wearing it, actually looks very nice. The home kit for me just doesn't strike me. Doesn't. So, Jambo, you're getting him. Anyone on the back? You're getting anyone on the back as well, or the kit, or just not? Way too expensive. To be honest, all of them are expensive. You can get replicas though. Those are cheap. Let's be real, replicas are cheap. Or if you want, you can go to Temu for like 15 quid for just order one. Fuck that, brings some dang on left. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, third kit's okay, but don't play with it at home. The third kit, you know how well we do when we play all white kits. We always lose or draw. Always. It's always a nightmare. It's like the cursed kit of Arsenal. That the kit that's against stabbing and violence and all that stuff. That is the cursed one. So we made one for this case. Okay, I need to ask you this, and please don't judge me too much. I need to ask you this because this is a serious question. You see this Arsenal third kit, right? This is the Arsenal's third kit. Now look at this. This is last year's Bayern Munich's third kit. Is it just me or does it look the same? Obviously, the sponsorships are different, but it kind of looks the same. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of looks the same. Basically, the Arsenal have dark red. Bayern Munich has bright red. Also dark red, sorry. Where there's bright red for Bayern Munich, it's gold for Arsenal. And that's the difference. It kind of looks the same. Or is it just me? I got home for Father's Day. Mom got me away, and I will get the third. Big up to you. Big up to you. You have all the 3. I have none of them. The last kit I have from Arsenal is the black away kit with the golden font and golden text on it. That's the last one I have. Since then, I haven't bought anything. The second kit I have, yeah, away jersey is my least favorite. Interesting for me, it's the home kit. Ironically, I saw it up close today and it looks damn good. I want one. I feel you. I totally feel you. What's this gun for a chance to win something for once? Be alive. I get all the jerseys every season, bit of a collector. That's good as well. There is definitely some money in them, especially if you, for example, get a kit, you manage to get it signed, for example, even by the team or by big players at Arsenal at the time and all this stuff, especially if it goes kind of coincides. For example, Saka and the white kit, you can sell it in about 30 years for big bucks as well. It's kind of collectibles item as well. You just collect it as a hobby, but it's also collectible. Yeah, it is similar. Yeah. When we can be the ones everybody fears, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Maybe when we play proper football and have different managers. 1,400 South African rands in my house. My house's meat budget for the month, though. Yeah, maybe you can get it as a gift, or maybe you can. I'm telling you, maybe you can go and maybe just go. I don't know, Temu, AliExpress, or something, and just order it like that, like a replica. Because replicas are cheap. You don't need to buy the original if you cannot afford it. Just buy the replica. It's also very nice and very decent. Playing in white kit at home, losing to Liverpool in a cup game, halftime, and right tweeted, "We need a killer" when you're trying to create awareness. Yeah. It was poor timing, let's just put it that way. Black and gold was elite. Yeah, that is my favorite kit. in a very long time. I like the yellow kits, the banana kits, obviously old school. The yellow O2 short, obviously, maroon O2 short, the one with Sega on it and all this stuff. Those are the old school are my favorites from hybrid days. But in Emirates era, ironically enough, I would argue one of my favorite ones definitely is this black and gold one. That is the away kit is one of my favorites, definitely. The white kit shows how Arsenal are becoming more like the Spurs of old. One of them here. Hendon, man, behave. Jay, what's bad moment? That was a bad moment from Righty, definitely. Man, when this damn board gonna realize trophies achievement make that's the biggest thing. I'm very surprised that ownership that is basically money driven to very big extent kind of shy away from the fact that if you buy big players, you get more money, you get more TV revenue, you get better commercial deals. If you have better players, you win more, hence more butts in the seats. Although Arsenal is packed anyways pretty much every single time, but that's a bit different story. More butts in the seats, more people in the stadium, more people spend money there, more people spend money in the Armory, and it's a snowball effect at the end of the day. Let's be real, it's a snowball effect. Seriously, as a club and our buy merch and look like respect, yeah. 0405 are my faves. The crest in the center, 02 red home, blue away, gold line, all the yeah. You mean these ones? You mean these ones? 0405, the crest in the center, 02 red home, blue away. Yeah. You mean these ones? Yeah, I get it. Like the old school type, old school kits, those were the ones. They don't make them like they used to. Why would I get third kit just to throw these second-made kits in the wash and it will come out white? Exactly. Like if you have a white kit, you wash it. Technically, it's not white, but it's still bright. Yes, I see. Just order replica from they are good as the originals and only exactly it is cheaper. Exactly. The T90s, big up BX Gunner. Hope you're doing well, Mike. I hope you're doing well today, bro. What else is regarding Arsenal happening at the moment? Everyone's looking like a top model. I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. Arsenal, the 22-year-old. What is happening else at Arsenal? Nothing fancy today, or are we just basically going off vibes? Charlie Patino spoken on Max Dauman. Okay, cool. Good for you, little bro. Didn't achieve anything at Arsenal. What else? Nothing here. What is Fabrizio saying these days? Anything regarding Arsenal or not? Because if Everton are signing Dewsbury Hall, interesting. Nottingham Forest are signing Angus Gunn from Norwich City. AC Milan have spent AC Milan, nothing. So we can chat. We can genuinely have a nice, comfortable chat about Arsenal for about 5-10 minutes, and then I'm gonna sign off. Distrust the process, BS ain't the mentality of a club who wants to achieve and be winning. I'm sorry, I'm on the full screen. Winning something, this is crap. Is crap where we come from. We want to win the trophy. Exactly. If you are old school type of fan, you definitely want to win. You definitely want to win trophies because trophies are bragging rights at the end of the day. Trophies make what the club is. The club is such well known as a club in the world because of trophies. Because Brighton only is known because they have never won anything because of Premier League when they got here. Arsenal are known worldwide. Liverpool, Chelsea, United, City, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid. All these clubs are worldwide clubs, worldwide following. Why? Because they won stuff or are winning stuff, unless you're Arsenal at the moment. Because we are big teams. We have built our brand and our name because of trophies. And let's not forget as well, Manchester United are one FA Cup away to tying our 14 FA Cup record. If they win FA Cup, we will be on the same amount, and the next one takes the lead. That's how nuts it is. That's how nuts it is, people. Curtis bought the original home kit last season and had to take it back as it started coming apart after one wash, and he forked out 90. It happens. Let's just put it that way. It happens. Happens to the best of stuff as well. The type of crowd mentality in Sunday League football. To be honest, there's more mentality in Sunday League football as well. The fight you see on Sunday League football, the sheer emotion, the sheer energy, the same disregard to some extent, it's actually wild if you come to think of it. What do you think of football is about trying... What do you think? Football is about trying, losing, getting laughed at very Arsenal. Nah, it's not. We need to win. We need to win. Curtis doesn't have more than I don't know. Like, he might not be blocked because the YouTube sometimes doesn't post comments. Maybe there's something there, or maybe he's been timed out for some weird goddamn reason. Sometimes it happens. Maybe misclick from the mods as well. When you have Curtis type level chat where basically the chat is moving like the Matrix, right? That just it's very easy to misclick as well, especially on the phone. So maybe there has been some sort of a misclick or anything. You may need to talk to Curtis on the stream when he's there or something. He does, mate. Maybe a mod. Nah, I don't think so. Might just be a misclick as well by the mod. It's like I have seen it happen on Curtis's stream for a while. That on occasion just they misclick. Let's just put it that way. Like there's nothing too much to read into it. Genuinely, but yeah, Arsenal. What will Arsenal do? That for me is the biggest question. What will Arsenal do? Because Arsenal need to sign players and ASAP because the season kicks off literally in less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks till Arsenal kick off Premier League season. And, well, we still don't have enough, in my opinion. We need to act ASAP, to say the least, to even do anything. This ain't 5-a-side street. Yeah, it's not. We need a proper squad. I created 4 different YouTube accounts because I was blocked. Hold on, not even I don't know. Like, surely you're not IP banned or something like that, because that would be just preposterous. That's not even possible when you're a mod. That needs to be done separately and everything. But hey. World works in mysterious ways. YouTube also works in mysterious ways. Obviously, you can message Curtis on Hotmail or something and maybe ask him to check it out, because maybe there has been some shenanigans going on. Yeah, it's nuts. And seriously, it could be IP ban. Although they don't do those on YouTube too much unless you have a channel that basically gets banned like that. Seriously, you could message Curtis in DMs on Twitter or Instagram, or send him an email on curtisshaw@hotmail or how it was, and message him, tell him the situation, give him all of your ads, and he can check it out if he has a chance. Maybe Curtis hates Jam. Nah, he doesn't. Trust me. Curtis doesn't strike as a person who would hate people for no reason. Like, if you haven't done anything, like, definitely it's not like that. Premier League is starting. I see Liverpool going in for Isak, Arsenal doing nothing. Man City made a statement early on and made the signings. Yeah, Man City's transfer window started in January when they spent 200 million. They added extra 200 million right now as well, or even more. So Man City are done. Actually, they might not be done. Man City might actually sign maybe someone still. You never know. With Man City, you can never rule them out, because Man City are a slippery bunch in that regard. They actually might sign someone. Jam. Nah, he should love the Jam. As a kid, definitely. I know where you start Havertz, or dude, if he starts Havertz on Sunday like that, it's on against United. Sorry, not on Sunday, but again at Old Trafford. The Arsenal fan base are gonna lose it if Havertz starts. You can email Curtis Shaw. Yeah. Yeah, send him an email. Maybe if he sees it, he'll definitely check it out and see what is what 100%. Like 100%. Like send Curtis an email. He will check it out. But yeah, people, I think on that note, I'm going to end today's stream. If you haven't already, like the stream, subscribe if you're new, and all this good stuff. Of course, road to 900 and to 1K continues. Hope you had a great time. Hope you had a great chat. Big up Shane for the raid. Big up everyone who joined from the Shane stream as well. I hope everyone's feeling great. Hopefully Monday has treated you well, and hopefully as well that Tuesday is gonna treat you better. I'm not gonna lie, tomorrow's Tuesday. See what tomorrow brings. Maybe Arsenal will sign somebody else, but let's not forget Arsenal play tomorrow against Villarreal. We better not screw that one up. Do we play tomorrow or do we play on Wednesday? When do we play against Villarreal? We play on Wednesday against Villarreal. Never mind, we play on Wednesday against Villarreal. We play on Wednesday, 6 p.m. UK. We play on Wednesday. But yeah, people, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much for being here. See you all tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is a better day. But for the day, I am out. So take care. See you soon. Have a great evening and have a great tomorrow as well. Bless.